I think that we have to accept that some people just really don't want children. We've got far too many anyway. And, you know, she's been trying for a long time, and I think that it's her right to choose.
But no one's forcing her to have children. But just saying...
No, but she doesn't want to take
contraception.
Yeah, we all know what a pain contraception is, and that must be even more infuriating when you really know you don't want to have children.
Well, also she's reacting badly to contraceptive pill and patches and that sort of stuff.
So a couple of things. She says, I just don't want to have a... She says, I don't want a painfully inserted coil. But isn't sterilisation quite a painful procedure?
No, you're out, aren't you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's quite drastic compared to having a coil put in.
I understand what she's coming from, and she must feel furious, and also she must feel very patronised that other people are making such a personal decision for her. But I also understand where the doctors are coming from, because she is 29, and she also talks a lot about the fact that she doesn't want to marry anyone or be with a man who does want children. She's looking for a man, and she's had several relationships already where that's been a problem, and they've broken up because she doesn't want children. And I can see that the doctors think, you know, if you were sort of 39 or even 35, I'd be happier about it, because she could change her mind. And it's a very counterintuitive thing to do.
Yeah. Donna, who's emailed in, I went to the doctors at 29 and asked to be sterilised. I too was worried of the health risks with the pill. I had one daughter who was adamant I didn't want any more, as I was a single parent. The doctor refused to do it because of my age, and thank God she did, because I met my current partner and went on to have a baby at the age of 33.
But I wonder, you know, I wonder whether this is very much... are the doctors very different with the way they treat women than they are men?
I was going to raise
quite a few in this.
point.
Gemma here says, my doctor refused me the procedure, but my husband of roughly the same age was given the snip with no problems at all.
It's easier to reverse the snip, I think.
Well, a snip sounds really final, doesn't it? What
well, they don't actually cut it off. That's it.
Whereas I always imagine the tubes, they just do a little tie, which mental.
Actually, it's interesting because Richard had the vasectomy after our daughter Chloe was born, and he was only 31. I was older, but I'd had so many caesareans and God knows what that I didn't fancy going back in for yet another operation. So Richard did it, but it was very patronising. We had to be counselled as a couple. We had to be counselled, and they ask things, really patronising things, and things which you feel are none of their business, like, how is your sex life? To which Richard replied, oh, it's bloody awful. That's why I want a vasectomy.
Do you think she would be treated differently if she was in a relationship? Because obviously the two of you are in a loving relationship. Obviously you had
children.
I think it's the age. I think it's the under 30 thing. I think maybe doctors... I don't think there's any particular rules on it with the NHS, but I think individual doctors can just make a decision. And when you read right into the article, it's quite interesting. She was in a relationship for 7 years with a guy who said he also didn't want to have children. They split up. He then went on to have children with somebody. And you do sort of feel that at different stages in your life... I mean, I remember I was 31 and I suddenly thought... I'd never really thought about having children, and I suddenly went, I want to have children. And I think because women have that... Some women do have that hormonal rush that suddenly comes on, maybe in a way that men don't, that doctors take it a little bit more seriously when a woman says...
And probably also doctors are used to meeting patients who are in agony because of infertility and the terrible pain that they go through. And so they probably find it quite counterintuitive. It goes against their deepest kind of feelings when a young woman who, with no children, wants to be sterilised so young. Having said that, of course, she has an absolute right if she wants.
Get it done privately. And what?
And sign a waiver that you won't come back to the NHS saying, I want it reversed.
What if she comes 5 years later and says, I was too young, you shouldn't have given it to me?
I think if you feel that passionately at that age and you really want to do it, I think you should definitely have the choice, but you have to say, I want you back.